Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I'm your host, Pavarotti, here to discuss the Idaho 4 case. As a disclaimer, this channel is for entertainment purposes. These are my opinions. I'm not here to slander anyone, so let's get started. Today, I am doing a video, and this one is in direct result to one of my subscribers who has excellent eyes. A lot of my subscribers do. And they find small ties in the most obscure places. So Giovanni, this one's for you. The title to this video, as you've seen in the headlines, and I don't like to curse on here, but it's called "The Snitch and the Rhymes with Snitch." Okay, so this was found again by Giovanni. And it's an old Daily Mail news article about the happenings over there at the Latah County Jail. Now, you'll have to pay close attention as I'm just going to read this article for you. But you'll have to pay close attention to basically two names as I go through this article that, if you've been following my channel, should make sense to you. If you haven't been following the channel, I may point out a little bit about it, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it. You're going to have to figure it out for yourself. And if you have to, you may have to go back and watch a bunch of my old videos to be able to truly grasp what we'll be exposing today. So, with that being said, let's just go right to the article. Now, this is a Daily Mail article back in, I believe it was May, what is this? I think it was like in May of 2000, May 7th, 2000 and, no, that's today. Okay, so this was in March of 2023. Okay, March 13th, 2023, okay? And it's titled, "Exclusive, Searing New Insights into the Brian Kohberger's Jail Life as Told to DailyMail.com by his fellow inmates. He obsesses over TV coverage of his own case, has turned to God, and faces constant taunts from other prisoners." So, let's just go right into it. Brian Kohberger is obsessed with following his own case from behind bars and has now found God, attending Mass every Sunday, sources say. Daily Mail spoke with current and former inmates as well as jail sources to discuss Kohberger's time in jail. Among the revelations are that Kohberger gets daytime access to a television and likes to flip on the news to follow the coverage of his own case. He watches himself all the time, one inmate told DailyMail.com. It's really kind of bizarre. Now, these are not my opinions. This is just a news article, but Giovanni's really good eyes when we get down this article. You just have to hang with me, all right? Don't get mad at me for reading the article. The accused quadruple murderer, who has been locked up without bail at the Latah County Jail since early January, steps out of his cell around 7 p.m. on Sundays to meet with a local pastor who leads him in prayer. He sits down with the pastor and receives his own private mass, a source inside the jail said. It's just the two of them. And no, I have no idea what they might talk about. By all accounts, the 28-year-old has been a model prisoner. A jail official tells DailyMail.com, this despite facing taunts from inmates who sometimes shout at him as he shuffles past their cells. When one inmate named Tyson, TF, hollered BITCH at the accused murderer during a recent weekday, Kohberger barely flinched, turning toward him with a menacing stare without breaking stride as he proceeded down the hall, according to one inmate who watched it happen. Now, this is what's interesting, because Mr. Tyson, as I explained in my timeline videos, on December 20th received probation by the judge. He was released on his own recognizances, what they call OR. So he wasn't to be sentenced, though, until March. And remember, March is when they took down that big drug trafficking organization. It's my contention that Mr. Tyson and Mr. Kohberger know each other fairly well from other endeavors in that community prior to the atrocity happening. However, what was Mr. Tyson doing in jail in March? Oh, they must have brought him back in to await that sentencing, because he didn't have any charges between December 20th and March. So he was brought back in, put in that jail just for sentencing. And it looks like he may have walked past one of his old buddies there that, in my opinions, he's put inside that jail. And he walked by and taunted him, called him a bitch. Hence the title of this video, The Snitch and the so good work on pointing that out, Giovanni. But when one inmate named Tyson hollered bitch at the accused murderer during a recent weekday, Kohberger barely flinched, turning towards him with a menacing stare without breaking stride as he proceeded down the hall, according to one mate who watched it happen. He always has the same expression or non-expression, said one inmate who met with the Daily Mail reporter in jail. He looks straight ahead. I've never even seen his eyebrows or mouth move. He never says anything. Kohberger spends most of his time alone in a private cell, kept apart from other inmates who share cells. He rarely, if ever, chats with jail inmates, who typically only see him when he walks past them. They say he maintains a steely stare when he steps out to meet his lawyers or to visit the library, and that he's always flanked by several correction officers who escort him wherever he goes. The jail houses a couple dozen inmates in a sprawling basement directly underneath the Latol County Courthouse and Sheriff's Office near downtown Moscow. Opaque windows to some of the cells face a quiet side street, located just 1.4 miles from the rental home where the 4 University of Idaho students were unalived during the pre-dawn hours of November 13th. Police arrested Kohberger, a PhD student in criminology at nearby Washington State University in Pullman, on December 30th. He'd been held without bail in Moscow jail since January 4th, pending his next court hearing on June 26th. The case could get him the death penalty. I hope he gets the death penalty, inmate Harrison Papillion said. I'd be shocked if he didn't. Latol jail officials remain tight-lipped about Kohberger's time behind bars. One official told DailyMail.com that Kohberger has been well behaved during his time there with no incidents. The official also pointed out that Kohberger's strict vegan dietary needs are being met by the vendor that prepares meals for the prisoners. Well, this is a pimp jail down there. I was wrong. They got vendors preparing meals for the prisoners. It sounds to me like you can go to this county jail and live it up. But despite his quiet demeanor, inmates say they're well aware of the gruesome crime he's accused of carrying out. They follow the case intently on the news and discuss their infamous fellow inmate daily. I've been reading about the whole case since it started. News in there, said recently released inmate Kyler Ledette. It's disturbing that something like that can happen in my hometown. I'm just happy I wasn't in the same cell as his. I've only seen him a few times, he added. He's wearing orange sweats and an orange t-shirt with 2 guards accompanying him wherever he needs to go. Ledette described the jail as cold and disgusting. He shared a cell with 5 people who get access to an adjoining day room where they could watch TV, eat, shower, and talk. We'd always talk about the fact that he was in the same jail with us, Ledette told Daily Mail. Nobody liked the guy, I could tell you that. There's a lot of hatred, but we were in awe of him. Nothing like that really happens around Moscow. It shocked a lot of people. Papillion said he's tried to get intel about Kohberger's time in jail, but that the officers there don't share much of anything. He's only about 30 feet from my cell, he said. It's truly crazy. I can't believe I'm here with one of the most infamous alleged mass unalivers in the United States. So anyway, I thought that was a very interesting article that he brought to my attention. The main part of that article is 2 people that I believe know each other well One got the other one arrested, and he's in there not afraid for his life anymore because of where Mr. Kohberger is. And of course, he's in protective custody for sure. And he's able to walk by Mr. Kohberger and call him a... Anyway, you get from that from what you want to get from that. I'm just reading a news article one of my subscribers asked me to read. So if you like the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave your comments, your criticisms. In this case, please don't kill the messenger. I'm just reading the message, okay? Once again, y'all have a wonderful day, and Papa Roddy is out.